Slightly Unblended. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing this pretty date night look, so if you'd like to see how I got it, then just keep on watching. Hi everybody. Today I'm doing something just kind of like simple, kind of different. I don't really do like styles like this, but like I keep looking at it because I'm like, it's interesting. But my friends surprised me for Christmas with a palette that I've been eyeing for a while. It is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership. I want to say it's the Mothership 5. It's the Divine Rose 2 palette. It is just, oh, I love it so much. Like, it's so pretty. This is the box that it came in. And I have two Pat McGrath things. The Blitz Astro Quad and Nocturnal Nirvana, and then which one is this one? The I Ecstasy and Subversive, and her formula is just amazing. But my friend surprised me with this, and I love it so much. So I wanted to do something. I played around yesterday. Anything I touched yesterday just wasn't happening. So I did something more editorial and like avant-garde, and I was like, I don't know. And it was nothing to do with the palette. It was just me. But I'm super excited. So I'm doing this look. And I would like to say thank you to my friends Twintorials for the present. I love it so much. Thank you. I literally like cried a little bit because I'm like, this is sweet. But to get started, I'm really not using a whole lot of brushes. I'm using ones that are a little different from what I normally do. I have a Sigma eyeliner brush that I'll be using a little bit, but we don't have to talk about the brush right now. But I am going to take some BH Cosmetics ones. This is the BH Cosmetics number 2 brush. I'll be taking it and going into this shade right here, which is the peachy kind of pink one. I'm not quite sure of the name. I'll have to get the thing out and I'll say it here in a little bit. But I'm just going to go ahead and take it on this fluffy brush, tap off the excess, really just start to focus it on the, like in the crease area and on the outer corner of my eye. This really took me like, I don't know, 5 minutes, so this might be a short one. I bet you're like, yay, you're not going to talk for an hour. It's a very rainy day, so you might hear it on the roof. I don't know if my audio will pick it up, but it's rainy and I want a nap, but I also was like, you know, I need to film. I have a few things that I need to do. Yeah. Do y'all have like rainy day playlists where songs that you listen to or just like the vibe of it being like rainy? Because I have a whole playlist on my phone, but today like my rainy day playlist is like just me going through and listening to the Front Bottoms and their newest album, which isn't like super new, but it's In Sickness and in Flames. That one is like total rainy day vibes to me. So like when it rains, I love to listen to it. Okay, I have that blended. I was doing like back and forth motions, little spinnies, you know, like this circular motions. If you go forward, then go backwards. That way you'll get a more even blend. And yes, so touch that up real quick. Anyway, now I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics number 3 brush and go into the more maroon kind of plummy purple greatness over here, and I'm going to just kind of like pat it into the outer corner of my lid and into the crease. I really love the formula of this palette. I tried it yesterday. I was gonna do like my first look with it, but anything I touched yesterday just wasn't happening, so I'm sorry that not getting a total first impression, but I guess it still would be because I haven't, this is just my second time using it. I feel like we're super zoomed today, looking up in my mirror that I have in place of a monitor. I don't know, it's kind of a vibe. Get up close and personal. That's really just because I was taking pictures on it yesterday and I did not zoom it out any, but it's okay. So I'm going to go back into the little peachy shade that's so pretty, and I'm going to just kind of diffuse this shade a little bit by doing it a little blend, little baby blends. I'm not exactly sure when this will go up. Today is the 6th of January, I believe. So if it goes up later, then it'll be a little late. But if not, and this goes up sooner than I planned or worked on or whichever, Twintorials put a new video on last night, and I was so excited because after like binging their 25 Days of Eyeshadow series, I was like, oh, I can't wait for more. And so they put a new one up yesterday, and of course I had to watch it. So I was like, let's stay in here and watch this real quick before I go watch One Piece, because we stand Twintorials in this house. Even my husband watches their videos with me. He thinks that they are so funny. He loves them too. I feel like I'm just getting in my head over here, but I'm like, oh, I can't blend today. Can't, never could, so I shall persist. It used to aggravate me as a kid, and I'd be like, well, I can't do that. And somebody was like, can't, never could. But now I'm just like reminding myself that if I say that I can't, then I won't be able to. And I need to tell myself that, bitch, you can do it and you're going to. So that's just my mood for the rest of the year or whatever. There we go. I'm just trying to go a lot faster than I need to. Alright, so for the first shade, I took my Luxie Small Shader Brush and I went into this shade right here. This one. I know that the one name in here of this one is like Extraterrestrial or something like that, because that was like the main reason when I first laid my eyes on this palette that I wanted it. I dipped into it yesterday because I had to. I love it so much. It's so shifty. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this and just kind of pat it down. I feel like this would be a really nice like date night look. Which that might be what we do this evening, is have an at-home date night. We have Hello Fresh to cook, and we got burgers, and like burgers sound so good. So I might have burgers and watch One Piece and snuggle up on the couch. Oh, anyway, but yeah, if you would like a playlist for a rainy day, I could definitely do that. I can have it down below. I need to make myself a note because I'm always like, I'm going to have this down below, and then I forget. Oh, I went back into that matte maroon shade kind of vibe there, and I'm going to blend that out a little bit more. But anyway, like, I always forget. Like, I slap-ass forgot to put my own handles in the description box of my video of the rainbow cut crease look with the Fade into Hue palette, and I was like, okay. Well, we're doing that. So I'm going to go into this hot pink shade right here and just pat it. I'm going to use my finger. I don't really do that a lot, but I felt like it was easier for me to do it with my finger. I'm going to just put it on the center of my lid and kind of up into the crease. That's something that I've learned from Twintorials, because when I started finding out about makeup, everybody was like anti-shimmer in the crease. But I've been watching them, and I've kind of learned like little things about it looking good, like having shimmers that looked pretty good in the crease. So this is a technique inspired by them. They create such beautiful looks too. I'm going to go a little farther into the inner part of my lid and leave about a third or a little less than a third of my lid open. And I'm going to take a tiny bit more of that first dark shimmer and just pat it along the edges here. Go back into the pink, just bring it up a little higher. So I am going to take this Luxie Small Shader Brush. I'm going to clean it off real quick, and I'm going to take the pink a little bit more and just kind of run it up through the crease, down a little bit, just to diffuse it some. That's one of my goals for the year, is to focus more on setting times and being consistent with like a bedtime and a waking up and getting up, and working out and cooking and like all kind of stuff, like things I do, but then I end up staying up entirely too late trying to catch up on. Alright, there is this, I was looking at it and I was like, this is like such a beautiful, almost wet, pinkish white shade. It has a slight shift of like green, almost like lime. It's like iridescent beauty. I'm going to take that on my finger and I'm going to rub it. Well, not really rub it, but like put it down on my eye. So I'm just gonna, on the inner corner area, I'm just gonna pat it down. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's almost like a glossy lid, but better kind of look, I feel like. And I'm gonna like pat it up and kind of blend it with the pink. I'm gonna get a little bit more. Yes, please, and thank you. Oh my gosh, that shade is just beautiful. So I'm gonna get a little tiny bit more of the pink and just kind of like pat it on the edges ever so gently to get it nice and blended together. And then I'm gonna take my Luxie Small Shader brush again. My arm is like full of like swatches and like whatnot. I'm gonna take a little tiny bit more of that beautiful iridescent, almost wet lime looking shade that we just used and just kind of like pat it against the edges of the pink. Oh, I love it. All right, and I'm gonna get the pink and just kind of do the same with the darker shade. We can have a nice and gradient effect here. I like it. Okay, for the inner corner highlight, I'm taking my Elf and J Kissa brush and I'm gonna go with this shade right here, the top one. And I'm going to put it on the inner corner. This has like a pink little, I don't know, there's some kind of like pink reflect kind of thing going on here, but I live, so I'm just gonna like run it all the way through this inner corner area. I love it. I love it, I love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my little Sigma liner brush and I'm gonna take the darkest shade, the matte one, and I'm going to try to do the little cool inner corner eye extendy thing that I don't know what it's called, but I like it on other people, but I struggle doing it. So we're gonna see if I can get these even. Okay, not looking so hot, but I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild brush. It's clean, just to kind of like use it as like a little bit of a magic eraser type thing, just to get, there we go, that helped some. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to apply a little bit of it onto my lid like we're doing an eyeliner. And I'm really going to focus it into my lash line. Something smells like barbecue. It makes me want to go to Buc-ee's so bad. But Buc-ee's is a long ways away and that's not what we're doing. Alright, so I feel like for right now, this is it. Well, actually, no. Can't make up my mind. So with the fluffy brush that we started with, which is the BH Cosmetics #2 brush, I'm going to go back into it, just a teensy tiny bit of the darker shade and focus it right about here on the outer corner of my eye. Oh my gosh, it's already 1:45. Look at me. This the rain definitely does not make me want to do things, so I'm gonna clean that brush up and I'm gonna go back into the peachy shade one more time and just blend. I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit more to blend it with that hot pink shimmer. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. Don't know my hair. I'm actually kind of like liking it right now. I don't know. I'm gonna wash it this evening, but I had some curls and I just kind of like brushed them out and I was like, oh, so this is how those pretty curls and the pretty hair happens. Okay. But anyway, this is the finished look. I just used the 2 matte shades on the outer corner of my lid, on the lower, or on the outer corner of my eye and my lash line, and then I used the hot pink shimmer shade to like give it a little bit of extra goodness. And yeah, I got the ColourPop lashes in Bay on. I hadn't really put on lashes in a few days. I've been getting annoyed with lashes jabbing me in the inner corner of my area because, you know, sometimes I just am impatient and I stick them down before the glue's ready. It be like that sometimes. Let me know what you'd like to see next down below. I'll try to remember to put a rainy day playlist. My rainy outside jams playlist, yeah, and I'll try not to forget my social medias this time. I did go back in and put them there, but whatever, I'll have those too. And I'll also list Twintorials because y'all need to go check them out. Their channel is one of my favorites and has been for a while. And yeah, I don't quite think I can think of anything else to say. I'm kind of scatterbrained at the moment because all I'm thinking about is burgers now. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you'd like to see next down below. And I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!